feel it in my throat now. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking crap now.
Welcome to another episode of Panther Hotlands. Today I'm here with
Miss Loehmer.
Are you ready to answer some questions?
I am, let's do it.
Who inspires you to work hard?
Easy answer, my students. I like doing what I do because I get excited to do things with y'all and bring in like fun experiences and also teach you a little bit.
Ready to get your first one?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
The sauce is called Long Hot Summer. It's a Mastbaum new hot sauce.
New original?
Yep.
Okay, it's this one, right? Ready? That's good. Yeah, not bad at all.
What were the biggest challenges in college?
So COVID-19 happened. Quarantine was a thing, right? And I know that probably affected everybody in your grade just as much as it might have affected me. But that was a rough year because you went from having structure, and that was true for college as well. Like we had our classes, our routines, our weeks, like our extracurriculars, all that stuff was taken away. And so kind of figuring out new structure when we got taken out of our homes, sent back to live with our families, wherever else, right? Kind of hit scatter on everybody. That was hard. And that kind of forced me to come into more systems that supported me, kept me on top of my schoolwork, and kept me from falling behind.
Okay. Are you ready for your second one?
I'm ready.
It's another Mastbaum original. It's called Habanero Whole Sweet Pot Sauce.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
I've had this one before. This one's good.
Okay. What was a moment that you felt very proud of yourself?
I think getting my job here at Mastbaum. So I started here as a student teacher. I was teaching with Miss Walker, and I did that from January until April of 2022. And on my last day, it was like that last week in April, they brought me in for an interview. I didn't know right off the jump if I had gotten it, but they brought me in on my very last day here and told me that I had it, and I was set up to return in the fall. And I think in a situation where I was watching people in the same program as me really struggle finding jobs, finding schools they wanted to teach at with people who they felt supported by, I was like cruising, and it felt like I was on top of the world because I was coming back to this building where I already knew administration, I already knew some familiar faces, and all of that really made me feel good, made me feel excited.
The third wing is Gotcha Sriracha hot sauce. A Mastbaum, another original.
Cheers, my friend.
How or when did you know when you wanted to become a teacher?
So I'm one of those like really corny cliche people who always knew they wanted to teach. And I don't know like what age I was for sure, but by like third grade I was like, oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And my third grade teacher, Miss Bruno, shout out to her, she kind of figured out that I wanted to be a teacher. And so what she would do is she would give me extra copies of like classwork that we would do as like little third graders, and I would take those home and I'd set up my dolls and I would teach them at home. And I did that probably for like 2 years straight, just collecting assignments from my teachers, and ever since then kind of moving towards the same thing.
Are you ready for a fourth wing?
I'm ready.
And this is Ghost Pepper hot sauce.
Ghost pepper hot sauce. This one is the one I got warned about, right?
I think it's this one. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you travel?
So I've been to some places in Europe. So I got to go to France, Spain, and Italy. And all of that was a lot of fun. And one spot I would love to go back and kind of explore a little bit more would be Italy. Because I saw like those major spots. I saw Rome and I saw Pisa. And I kind of would like to go and like maybe explore outside of that touristy kind of magnet and see what like more regular day life in Italy looks like.
Are you ready for
the fifth one?
the fifth one?
Okay.
This one is seriously hot Jamaican jonquil pepper sauce.
Hot Jamaican. Okay, pepper sauce. Ready?
Yeah. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
Any ability? Does it have to be like a realistic human ability? Okay. I'd want to be able to speak any language and understand any language. I feel like that would be a huge asset. And just to like know it overnight.
Okay, are you ready for this?
The final wing?
Yep, the final one. This one is Tabasco scorpion sauce.
Okay.
This is the hardest one.
Ready? I've watched episodes. This one trips up my colleagues. You know. Not bad. Did I just ace the hot wings?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay, last question.
All right.
What inspiring message do you have for your students?
I feel it in my throat now. Okay. I'm going to stop talking crap now. Number one thing I'd want my students to carry with them is that they are entirely capable, even if they don't feel it. And I think one thing that I kind of struggled with in high school was thinking I was maybe not as smart as everybody else or not as talented as everybody else. And that struggled because I didn't want to pursue certain opportunities because I felt like, well, somebody else is going to get it, somebody else is going to do better. And that held me back for a little while, and I didn't really shake that mentality until I was into college. So I think the number one thing I would tell my students now is, like, don't advocate against yourself. Enough people will do that. You got to, like, be your number one cheerleader. Right? Cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for being a guest on Hot Ones.
Thank you for having me.
See you next time.
That was easy. That was easy.